All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're not just going to talk about finding peace, we're going to talk about building it. Seriously, we're going to look at the architecture of our own inner calm and treat it like a house that we can actually design and build, one piece at a time. But first, let me ask you this. Does this feel familiar? You know, that feeling that you're always one step behind, just constantly putting out fires? You're reacting to emails, to texts, to social media, just bouncing from one urgent thing to the next. Man, it's just exhausting, right? And this quote from our source material absolutely nails why that is. So much of our stress, our trouble, it comes from this exact thing. We speak or we act instantly, without even thinking, and then we spend the next few hours, or maybe even days, cleaning up the mess. So, what if we had a blueprint, a clear, actionable plan to stop reacting all the time and start responding with some real intention? Well, that's exactly what we're going to lay out. 5 core principles for designing a much calmer, more peaceful inner world. And here it is. This is our master plan. Simple, right? Pause first. Mind your business. Communicate clearly. Choose your battles. And trust your gut. These 5 steps, they're the essential phases of our construction project. So let's walk through each one, starting with the most critical part of any building. You guessed it, we're starting with the foundation. These first 2 principles, they're the concrete base that everything else is going to be built on. I mean, without them, the whole structure is just shaky and unstable. And here we have it, the absolute bedrock of the entire project. It's the simple, but let's be honest, not always easy, act of just pausing. It's all about creating a tiny little bit of space between what happens to you and how you respond. That little gap, that's where peace starts to grow. And look at this, it's like night and day. On the left, you have reactivity. That's the shaky ground of impulse, of just lashing out. But on the right, you've got responsiveness. That's a solid foundation built on just a few seconds of thought. The really powerful thing here is that moving from that left column over to the right is a choice you can make in literally any moment. Okay, with our foundation poured, it's time to put up the walls. Now, this principle isn't about being cold or, uncaring. It's about being selective. It's about deciding where your energy and your attention are truly needed. You're basically building a boundary that protects you from all that unnecessary drama out there. And this just lays it all out, doesn't it? You can either drain your energy by getting tangled up in everything and everyone's business, or you can preserve that energy by consciously deciding to stay out of what doesn't concern you. Your peace is directly tied to what you choose not to engage with. All right, foundation set, the walls are up, now we can start framing the structure. We're going to add the components that really give our inner sanctuary its unique shape. I want you to think of clear communication like installing big, clean windows. They let all the light in, and they get rid of all those confusing shadows. The source material actually calls misunderstandings trouble magnets, which is perfect. And clear communication, that's the most powerful way to turn those magnets off. This slide is basically a fantastic checklist. Just ask yourself, are you on the left side, assuming and hinting and hoping people get it? Or are you on the right side, asking questions and just saying what you mean? The tools for clarity are so simple. Say what you mean and ask when you're not sure. It's really that straightforward. Now, for the fence. Look, not every person or every issue deserves to get inside and use up your energy. Choosing your battles is the wisdom of building a fence around your peace. And you get to decide what's worth defending and what's better left outside the gate. Wow, this chart is a bit of a wake-up call, isn't it? I mean, look at that. A staggering 85% of our energy, in this example, is spent on stuff that just won't matter next week. Just imagine for a second. Imagine reclaiming all that energy and pouring it into that tiny little slice that's actually about your core values and your peace. That's a game changer. So our structure is almost complete. It's looking really good. Now it's time for the final inspection. We've got to install a state-of-the-art internal security system. And guess what? That security system? It's your own intuition. It's that alarm that goes off inside when a person or a place or a plan just feels off. You know the feeling. It's an incredibly sophisticated piece of equipment we all have built in, but so often we just turn it off or ignore it. And if you needed any proof, well, here you go. A study found that an incredible 85% of people later regretted overriding that initial gut feeling. The takeaway here is so simple. Listen to your internal alarm. It's usually right. And that's it. We've done it. We've gone from just a blueprint to a completely finished building. So let's just take one quick look back at the incredible structure we've designed using these 5 principles. Your foundation, that solid base, that's patience. Just pausing before you react. Your walls, the things that protect you, those are your boundaries. Minding your own business and protecting your space. Your windows, the things that let the light in, that's clarity. Communicating directly to build understanding. Your fence, the thing that keeps trouble out, that's the wisdom to choose your battles and save your energy. And finally, your top-of-the-line security alarm, that's your intuition. That gut feeling that protects the entire sanctuary you've so carefully built for yourself. Look, this isn't just some theoretical design. This is a practical project for your own life. So the only real question left is, looking at this blueprint, what's the very first brick you're going to lay to start building a more peaceful life for yourself, starting right now?